Hello and welcome to Bazaar Morning Call. Thanks for joining us this morning. You're watching us live from the CNBC TV 18 Motilal Oswal studio right here in Mumbai. I'm Sonia Shenoy. With me are Nigel and Surbi. Folks, morning. Lots of cues to track this morning, right?
Well, indeed, the IT stocks are going to be in focus, but I have a sense that this is going to be a good day. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, let's take it from there.
I share that sense with Nigel. So let's see. Maybe it is advantage bulls after all.
Okay, 2 out of 3. So I'm going to jump onto that as well. As we begin trade, lots of things for the bulls to latch onto this morning. And, top of mind is what happened globally. The global cues have been solid. In fact, the Dow, the S&P 500 all ended in the green. The S&P 500 saw the highest close since April of 2022, and that's because of the cooling off of US inflation. So the fears of more rate hikes are subdued a bit. Of course, there's one rate hike expected in the July policy, but after that, now since inflation is cooling off, there's an expectation that there could be a pause in rate hikes. So that's the big positive that the bulls are latching on to this morning. For the earnings, TCS earnings were subdued, but there was no major negative surprise this time. I think the street would like that. And as we were discussing yesterday, a lot of that is already in the price, perhaps. No taking away from the fact that there could be a subdued start, but there's nothing majorly negative that the street will be sort of, spooked about this morning, is my sense. Of course, the management did indicate weakness in BFSI, communication and the high-tech space, so we'll keep that on board. HCL Tech was a big miss, both on the revenue and the margin fronts, but the company maintained their FY24 guidance, so that was a good thing. However, we need more clarity on why such a big miss came through in the margins. Remember, the EBIT margins for HCL Tech are down 130 basis points quarter on quarter. I haven't seen such a big fall in HCL Tech margins in a while on a quarter on quarter basis. So lots of things to reckon. This morning you have numbers, or today you have numbers from the likes of Wipro, you have Federal Bank, Tata Metallics that will be reporting earnings. So we'll keep tracking that. But the big question I'm asking myself is that, this 19,500 resistance zone that we've seen, is it something that the market can take out, or is it enough? Are these cues enough for the market to take out that level? We'll see.
Well, Sonia, I think maybe today's a good day for the bulls to say, okay, we've spent 6 days struggling around this level. Today, the setup seems to be positive because of what you said. I mean, look at the Asian markets now. By the way, Hong Kong's, surging some 2%. Yeah. Mainland China, there's a big roaring bull market out there in global equities because of the fact that US inflation came in slightly below anticipation. So it's a very positive global setup that we have. And the fact that there is no major, additional negative takeaway from TCS. In fact, I just want to spend a second talking about the TCS commentary that we have so far. You'll hear more from the management in the next 5 minutes or so. But the revenue for TCS was flat, but their deal wins are still at that $10 billion a quarter mark. And that's a big number, which they've managed to maintain. They're saying not much of deal cancellations or ramp down. They're saying pricing is stable, but they are admitting that it's difficult to admit when demand will really come back. So we'll get a lot more of that commentary as we go forward. They're admitting, geographies like Europe, deal closures are taking time. That's what TCS is saying. But again, nothing very dramatic in terms of deal cancellation. So that's a positive. HCL Tech, as Sonia pointed out, that's a problem. The ER&D segment, that's collapsed 5.5% sequentially. So we need more clarity on HCL Tech. Macros are a mixed bag. You have inflation, local inflation here in India, that's accelerated a little more than anticipation. The number stands at now 4.8%. It's above the poll. But IIP is good. In fact, IIP for the month of May is showing us a good bounce in manufacturing, in capital goods and in infrastructure. And it is this part of the market that's been doing very, very well in any case. So Nigel, I guess maybe the bulls, get a bit of a leg up at least to begin with.
Well, I feel that it's a good day to participate on the upside. In global cues, what I'm looking at is the dollar index. That's the lowest we've seen in the last 1 year. It's sub that 101 odd level. I like that. The Nifty PCR, I was mentioning a few sessions ago, it went to around 1.5 odd. I get a little uncomfortable when the PCR is going up in that sort of a manner. It's come back to around 0.88, so I like that. And the IT stocks, well, they could be reacting to the numbers, which are not great, so it's weak, but the street is positioned for those numbers. HCL Tech, those numbers are very, very disappointing, but the pre-positioning, is already on the short side. So I'll be interested to see after opening up in the red, how does the stock react from there? It's down 7% in 5 sessions. The street is aggressively net short. The guidance has not been cut and valuations are supportive. And add to it, the Nasdaq did well overnight as well. So post a gap down, let's see how that stock reacts. Can it recover from the day's low? The Nifty set up a 19,450 call. It got aggressively written yesterday. Gives you a sense that the bears are getting confident or maybe a little bit overconfident. And 4 out of the last 5 sessions, we've gone to 19,500, but we couldn't hold at those levels. So maybe with good reason, the bears are getting confident. The support levels, though, I'm looking at is 19,280 on the downside. I think buying closer to around the support zone will be good news. While on the upside, since we went to those recent highs and we couldn't conquer that, that's the resistance zone. The Nifty Bank as well is a few hundred points away from its support. So I think today is a good day to stay on the positive side, keep your stop loss in place at around 19,280 and hope for a good weekly expiry.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. For now, let's take a quick commercial break. On the other side, the big headline, TCS's numbers largely in line with estimates. The CFO, Samir Seksaria, and the CHRO, Milind Lakkad, will be joining in to decode their Q1 earnings. Stay tuned.